All right. Hey, Southland. So we come to the final day of these sharings and these recordings as we gather together for Good Friday tomorrow. So today we're going to talk about what happened on Thursday. And on Thursday, two very significant events happen. First, Jesus celebrates the Last Supper with his disciples before he finally goes to the cross. And second, he washes the feet of his disciples. And what's very significant about both the celebration of the Last Supper or the Passover and even the washing of the feet is that all the disciples are there. Judas is there. And what's the promise of the Last Supper? Well, Jesus says that the promise of the Last Supper is that if you receive Jesus and all that he's done for you, then you will have the forgiveness of sin. You see, Judas, he had this promise. He had the promise of the forgiveness of sin, but he rejected it. Do you see how amazing God's love and his grace is? That even to those who betrayed him the most, that he offers his grace and he offers his love. I want you to know, brothers and sisters, that's why Jesus died on the cross. And I want you to know that no one is too far away from the extravagant and gracious and amazing love of God. But the question is will we receive that? Jesus next washes the feet of the disciples. It says somewhere during the supper he gets up and he begins to wash the disciples' feet. And what do we learn here? Well, we learn two things. First is when Jesus forgives us, it's a promise of cleansing too. Jesus not only forgives, but he cleanses. He makes us new. He wipes away all the dirt and the grime and the ugliness. So forgiveness is not just a forgiveness of sin, but forgiveness is also a cleansing. Jesus will forgive you and he will cleanse you. What else do we learn through the washing of the disciples' feet? Well, Jesus says clearly that one of the reasons why he washes the feet of the disciples is because he's setting a pattern for them, an example for them. He says, as I served you in this very humble way, I now encourage you to serve others like me in this very humble way. So as we think about what happened on Thursday during this Passion Week, we learn that Jesus, as he's getting closer to the cross, is offering this promise of forgiveness and cleansing to all those that will receive him. And to his disciples, he says that he wants to set an example of what true humility and service is like. So brothers and sisters, as we think about what happened on Thursday, my question to you is there any sin that you need to confess to Jesus? Remember, no one is too far away from God's forgiveness and his love and his cleansing. And do you believe that if you sincerely confess your sins, that God will forgive you and he will cleanse you? In fact, at the moment of forgiveness, you are already forgiven and cleansed. And last, as Jesus washed the feet of the disciples and as Jesus washes our feet, are you seeking to wash humbly the feet of others that God is calling you to serve? So that's what happened on Thursday. I hope to see you for prayer tonight. And let's prepare ourselves for Good Friday and for Easter to come. Okay, God bless you.